President Clark, members of the Board of Education, Superintendent Rakoskis, administrators, faculty, family, guests, and most importantly, members of the graduating class. Welcome to Lackawanna Trail's 2012 commencement exercise. I am proud of the students seated on each side of me this evening because they have responded to the rigorous curriculum presented to them. They have been taught by the finest of faculty and they earned the right to graduate. Mr. Rakoskis and I were very impressed with the class of 2012's future plans. 72% of the seniors will be attending either a 2- or 4-year college. 26% will enter the workforce, and 2% have enlisted in the United States military. By far, this class is focused and ready to take the next step in their lives. In the May 29th Education Week Journal, it stated, high school students work harder and are more focused on school than they were a generation ago. The author attributes the tough economy as the motivating factor. Lower employment is causing our students to compete against adults for jobs, causing them to be more focused on getting a viable degree. As the high school principal, I agree with that conclusion. Our Lackawanna Trail graduates are entering colleges and technical schools with a focus to allow them to be marketable and relevant in our economy. Many of our graduates have taken on one or more of our 11 dual enrollment courses, earning college credit through Keystone College, or have taken advanced placement testing in order to get a head start on their higher education. They are actually entering college with several classes already completed. A select few of our graduates will pursue degrees related to arts and music as they hone their skills that they learned at Trail. At our local career technical schools, many of our graduates have earned certifications in trades such as cosmetology, auto mechanics, welding, and carpentry. These students are the community members you will be calling on the next time when something goes wrong. In my conversations with students entering the workforce, they cited the importance of working hard, saving money, and serving others as their motivation to work. And let's remember our military. Without their service to our great nation, our freedoms and liberties could be very different. I am proud to say that Lackawanna Trail will be prominently displaying an American flag from one of our own that flew over Afghanistan last year. At this time, I'd like to call forward Class President Peter Lingo, who'd like to speak about a student we lost who is still very close to the class of 2012. Peter Lingo, please step forward.
Class President, I would like to take this moment to recognize a beloved member of the class of 2012 that passed away in their sophomore year, Delaney Sandercock. At this time, Alyssa Bunce and Nina Jean Gatto will pay respects by placing a bouquet of flowers on a chair reserved for Delaney.
Thank you, Alyssa, and thank you, Peter. It is truly my pleasure to be your principal. As the remainder of the graduation program continues, I recommend for you, class of 2012, to reflect on this final point. You are an extraordinary group of young men and women who together have created some unforgettable memories and established relationships that will last a lifetime. This is your moment to sit together for a final time on this special night to say goodbye and begin your personal journey. You are ready to represent Trail proudly. Congratulations on your commencement. Next in our program, Superintendent Mr. Matthew Rokosas will be addressing the class of 2012.
President Clark, members of the Board of Education, Principal Reshevsky, fellow administrators, faculty, family, guests, and most importantly, members of the class of 2012, I am honored to be part of Lackawanna Trail's commencement exercises. From the perspective of the audience, you can see 94 students seated before you, dressed formally in gowns, caps, and mortarboards with tassels. From a distance, they look almost identical. In less than an hour, each student will receive a diploma, and with the exception of the graduate's name, every diploma will be identical. At a formal occasion such as commencement, this can be mistaken for conformity, but that could not be further from the truth. So what is it that makes these graduates unique? Class of 2012, I believe that although you are similar in many ways, each of you chose a different path to get here today. And each of you will choose a different path as you write your own history. Each of you will go a different way as you achieve and pursue new goals. Your class is about being different. Your class is about diversity. Your principal has recognized this, and your teachers have nurtured this. For some students, academics came with very little effort, and for others, it came as a struggle. This is an example of your diversity. As Mr. Reshevsky noted in his speech, many of you are enrolled in college. Some of you are enlisted in the armed forces, and some of you will be entering the workforce immediately. This is an example of your diversity. Some of you have primarily been scholars. Some have combined scholarship with athletics, memberships in clubs, or held part-time jobs. This speaks of your diversity. Among the top 3 students, there is more diversity than I have seen in my 11 years at Lackawanna Trail. When the commended student, the salutatorian, and the valedictorian are formally introduced, later in the program, you will hear about their versatility in the arts, music, and athletics. Diversity defines the class of 2012, and it isn't necessarily ethnic, cultural, or racial diversity. It simply means that no two of you are the same, and that is something each of you should take pride in, and each of you should celebrate. Stephen Covey, a well-known author and college professor, author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, is quoted as saying, "Strength lies in differences, not in similarities." By his standard, the class of 2012 is a strong class. You have proven this time and time again. Another well-known author, Elizabeth Ann Lawless, is quoted as saying, "Diversity creates dimension in the world." By her standard, the class of 2012 is multidimensional, offering a variety of talents, personalities, and opinions to the world. In closing, I believe that the world doesn't need 94 graduates who are exactly the same. The world needs graduates who offer that new dimension. The world needs graduates whose strengths lie in their differences. Class of 2012, the world needs you. Congratulations on your commencement, and best of luck.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce the President of Lackawanna Trail's Board of Education, Mr. Ned Clark.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all friends, family, faculty, administration, the band, and fellow board members. I want to salute the faculty for the fine job that they've done with these students over the years. It is truly an honor and a blessing for me to be in your presence tonight. And tonight, we celebrate accomplishments of a group of young adults ready to move forward in a new chapter of their lives. Countless memories have already been stored away by parents, friends, and family. But these individuals are turning the next page in their life stories. What an exciting time for all of us here tonight. I looked at some of the members of the class, and Cece, I've never known you like that. It's pretty interesting to hear you. And I hope that Peter pursues his passion like he did on the track in the 400. He'll do well. And Garrett, you got a lot of awards, and run that like you run cross country, my friend. We must look back in retrospect to the ones who inspire us most. A teacher, mentor, a superhero, a musician, or whatever person that we find that we've achieved to be like. One must also look back at the events that have taken place in the past few weeks for these students. Those being recognized for their academic, musical, and athletic pinnacles and accomplishments. But most of all, we need to look for the quiet ones. They tend to hold the group together. And the common thread of that group is love. And that holds that group together. The love of one another. I know for me that Wednesday night at class night was a spectacular event of unity, giving, and some laughter. It became evident to me that more than just a class of graduates was coming together to celebrate. The bond of togetherness and atmosphere was thick in the air, while they recognized the achievement of all their peers. Strikingly, the empty seat in the front row, remembering Delaney Sandercock, made all of us pause and think twice of a beautiful testament to her memory. I remember her as a beautiful young child, and I cherish that memory. One thing in life seems constant, and that thing is change. It forces us to try to make wise decisions with the help of others. And asking for help is truly not a sign of weakness. It forces us to change. But for some of us, myself included, change comes hard. And I think that success is measured by the ability to change at the right time and for the right reason. And there's nothing more rewarding than asking a dear friend or family member for help and then receiving it. Remember to choose your options wisely. Your life will reflect those choices you make like it has in the past. Many here tonight will enter the workforce. Some are going on to college and some to the military. Congratulations and success in all. Again, this is a sign of change, many people going into the workforce. Don't forget, we can always change direction. And I've witnessed some of the members of this class, the changes that they've had and the growth. I've known some of them well, and I'm impressed with their spirit and drive. And all of your classmates possess it. Remember to pay it forward. Help others less fortunate. Be good to yourself and others. And congratulations as you travel the road ahead. Congratulations, kids.